Lipinets and Figueroa. Figueroa came out. He came out the gates on fire like the Tasmanian devil, man. He came out, in my opinion, he came out a little too fast. Now I know this is a last minute replacement, like a 5 day, and Lipinets only had 5 day notice. But let me explain to something to y'all that y'all might not know about them last minute replacements. They can hurt you. They can hurt you. And it's an opportunity for the fighter coming in. They can hurt you, but it can hurt both fighters. It can hurt the person that's doing the replacing. You know what I'm saying? And it can hurt the fighter that's got to fight the fighter. So it can hurt both fighters, but it can hurt you. And I believe that's what it did tonight for Figueroa. You coming in, you studying film, you watching tapes, angles, what your opponent is doing wrong, what your opponent is doing right. Then all of a sudden the fighter pulls out the fight. Now you get in the ring with somebody that went totally against the fight plan that was originated by you and your trainer. So yeah, it can definitely hurt you. One example is Hector Garcia, how he got to be the champion he is tonight. He upset Chrislbert as a last minute replacement because Gutierrez caught COVID. He filled in that spot. Not making no excuses for Chrislbert, but Garcia came in there because think about it. Garcia didn't have a chance to prepare for Colbert either. He just took the fight on short notice. But he was game. Again, it can hurt both fighters. But Chris, on the other hand, was probably preparing to, watching videos and tapes of Gutierrez until COVID happened. Nah, they just throw somebody in there, that you haven't had a chance to formulate a fight plan for or to even watch video of. It's just like sparring, right? You know how you spar 3 rounds with this guy or 4 rounds with this guy, and then your trainer yell fresh meat, and this guy ain't went 1 round, but you already done went 4 or 5, and now you fatigued. But the only difference is it's a real fight. This is not training, so it's going down on the books. And if you guys remember, that's how Manny Pacquiao got his name up in lights. He was a last-minute replacement for a fighter. I can't remember his name, but that's how the world got to know Manny Pacquiao. He was a last-minute replacement, and he KO'd the guy, I believe. Huge upset. You hardcore fans know what I'm talking about, but you casuals might not. But that's how he got his name, building, and people start paying attention to him. So these last-minute replacements, man, it can hurt either fighter. And the way that Figueroa started off, he didn't come in there for a filling out process to see what to do or what mistakes that Lipinets or what he was going to do or what he was going to give him. He came out that motherfucker just straight like bum rushing him. You know what I'm saying? And I think he kind of shot his wad at the end. Lipinets was throwing the inside shots short and sharp. Figueroa just kept coming in there and smothering his own shots. Instead of getting range, backing up, popping the jab, setting up things. So he kind of played right into Lipinets' hands. You know what I'm saying? I know he said in the video, in his last post-fight, when Jim Gray asked him, talking about that's no excuse. I'm not saying it's not an excuse. It's just you fought the wrong fight. you fought the wrong fight. And I truly believe Adrian Broner, if he would have fought, he would have lost. Because even though Figueroa don't have the power of a Maidana, his style is sort of similar. And we all know Adrian don't let his hands go. Lipinets let his hands go. And that's what got him the victory. And that knockout in the second round was crazy. Now, he got caught with a right hand on the right side of his face. You could see him looking. He saw the shit coming, but he was out of position to get out the way. So he braced himself much as he could, but he couldn't withstand it. But he tried to fight back. He did try to fight back. But by that time, the steam was taken out of him with the body shots and everything, and them short, sharp punches Lipinets was throwing. It was catching him. It was hurting him. Now, but to me, if that was Adrian Broner, I mean, it's a possibility that Figueroa, probably could have stopped Adrian, especially after this long layoff. Adrian just don't let his hands go no more after that Maidana fight. And he's still talented. He just don't let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? All the fights tonight was good. All of them was good. Lipinets, I think he's comfortable at that weight instead of 147. He should stay there and reign. I mean, 140 is getting kind of stacked, y'all. It's getting kind of stacked. You got your Brandon Lees, your Lipinets, your other champion that just won. I forgot his name. Pulo, something like that. I mean, it's getting stacked. See, Ryan Garcia got all these guys he can fight. I like to see Ryan and Brandon Lee get down. I think that'd be a fun fight. I think that'd be a fan-friendly fight. Brandon Lee, Ryan Garcia at 140. I think he should take those fights before he start going after the Tanks and the Devons and all that stuff. Take them fights. See what you can do with them boys down there. But overall, Lipinets did his thing. He redeemed himself from his losses. And the kind of fight that Figueroa had, I mean, it puts me in the mind of a Lamont Peterson last fight, when he just didn't have it no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why the object of the game is to get hit and not get hit. But a lot of fighters sacrifice getting hit just to get their shit off. But it's a short career. And you won't have longevity in the sport. But the father did what he was supposed to do, throwing the towel after the 8th round. Because as you see, his punch output it didn't slow down. It actually just stopped. And he was just taking punishment. He wasn't able to protect himself. He wasn't able to throw back. So his father did the right thing. And that's the difference between having your father as your trainer opposed to your manager. You know what I'm saying? Because your manager will throw you in there with the wolves just to get the money. And you have a short career. Your father really cares about your well-being. And he's going to make sure you're really ready. And they're not just going after the bag. Because in my personal opinion, I believe that's what stopped Fernando Vargas' career. I mean, I just believe they pushed him too much. They rushed him too much. The Trinidads, the Oscar De La Hoyas, it should have been a little more grooming so he can get, he can have that longevity and have a good career. But they was going after the money. And I believe they pushed him. But anyway, I believe that last-minute replacements is the monkey wrench in the game for both fighters. It's just all about who going to come out on top and who can make those adjustments in the ring. But overall, great fight. Great stoppage to save the fighter. And the father did exactly what he should do. Peace. Raw and real.